Hello everyone. My name is Franca. In my previous video, I talked about you being an informer and all of a sudden wanting to be addressed as an Amanda or treated as an Amanda. This is the problem most of our women present, and this is what they have tagged it. You know, they just before you say one thing, they'll just present issue of marriage. Marriage was never, God instituted marriage. It was never intended to change you. It was never intended to kill the you in you. Marriage was to bring out beauty from you. Marriage was intended to make you better. That is why many people say marriage is like a school that you never graduate from. Okay? So if you go to school, you go through the school and you come out better. You walk, you work, and you are refined. So that is why God is a perfect being. He blends the two opposites. So if you are this laid back person and you marry the same kind of person, you won't get the best out of marriage. So if you have been this driven person, a goal driven person, a goal getter, you are resourceful, industrious, you are this virtuous woman that the Bible talks about, marriage shouldn't kill it in you. If you are this like you use your hands, you do your crafting and all that, marriage shouldn't make you tuck your hands in. The only thing that I have seen that our people misunderstand about this marriage is the fact that it's either they pretended from the beginning and now they have brought out their real self and you force it down the throat of your partner. It doesn't work like that. If you are this I remember one of my classmates. Any of my classmates from Madonna University that watches this video, we know who I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna call names. So we had a meeting with our HOD then in nursing department, and the HOD asked my classmate, say, what time do you wake up? He says, I wake up as early as 7 o'clock. It was like, what? You, a student, waking up at this time and all that? So we know her like that. We always laughed, about that, And this is how she is. And she, so far, has been successful with that her kind. Her husband knows her like that. Everything around it like that. So nobody should wake up tomorrow to criticize her for being herself. So if you have been this kind of laid back person and all of a sudden you wake up and tell your husband you just bought a car, or you want to buy a house, or something like ordinarily your husband will say, wow. The first thing you say, how? You are not telling me something. Just because he has known you to be like that. He has known you to be this laid back, not resourceful, not industrious, always dependent. So you now come and say miraculously God credited your account, or Holy Ghost credited your account, and then you now have money to do this. So you don't expect them to jump at it. So if you want to change what you have always been, it's just like when I encourage people, you can do this, you can do this, and it doesn't happen. There is really nothing you can do about it, because this is you. That's why I say you need to discover the you in you. You cannot live somebody else's life. All you need to do, this marriage thing that you people present as if it's a big problem, if it were a problem, God will not institute it. It's supposed to be a beautiful thing. So all you need to do is, if you have always been this opposite of success, because like I said, it's as if women are allergic, they pose as if women are allergic to finances, women are allergic to growth, women are allergic to all of this. No, you are the one that is allergic to that, because you present all those barriers for yourself. Take for instance, because some people, they tell me I am lucky. I'm not lucky. I'm not lucky. I am blessed. I have always lived in my purpose. I have never lived in anyone else's. So that's why people that know me, when you tell me of something, I'll ask you, what do you want? Not what I want. Not what you see me want. What do you want? Because you are the one to keep the zeal. You are the one to keep the growth. You are the one to keep all of this coming. But if you come and live in my purpose, if you come and live me, you are only a counterfeit. You can never be original. So if I come back to myself, like you saying, you're lucky. You're lucky. My husband will not support this. My husband will not do this. My husband will not do that. My husband either. But the difference is the fact that right from the beginning, it's just like when we newly came to the US, I did not know. In fact, I recently got to know that I have a deep voice. I did not know. I did not know. So you hear, when females talk, their voice are fine, tiny, loving, romantic. But I thought mine was like that, because actually what attracted my husband to me was my voice. He said, I never saw him before he proposed. It was my voice. So I now started wondering why, like one of my colleagues was telling another colleague of ours that Franca just went in and told the patient, said, you have to take these tools off now. You have to take these tools off now. You need to take these tools off now. So I was not looking at the content. I was looking at how she was describing the tone of my voice. I didn't know I had a deep voice. I thought I was normal, So when I became aware of that, I tried to soften it a little. But remember that this isn't me. I am just natural. I'm just real like this. So that it's easy for me to live this kind of life. I am who I am in Nigeria, in the US, in the UK, anywhere. So if I try to pretend here, it's going to be short-lived. So that is why I am unapologetically me. So back to me again, because I think this video is more about me. So that, just to correct the impression that it's not about luck. Success doesn't come by chance. It's planned. It's something you work to achieve. So it's not lucky thing. Um, I was born into my family. My my parents were very comfortable. I would just go straight to say I was born with a silver spoon. Um, I had everything. I had every damn thing, and I wouldn't have I wouldn't have needed to really like be me, you know, because I had everything. But one thing that my dad told my brother changed my life, and I've told that to my kids too. My dad told my brother who wanted to drive his car, he said, "Do not glory in your father's wealth. Make sure you work for yours so that you glory in yours." I don't even know if my brother remembers the story, but this has been my mentality. So, I was bred in this home that did business. My dad was a money lender. When he got tired, he handed off to my mom like that. And when I was in secondary school, I helped. I copied notes at a price. Like I was a fast writer, so my teacher would come to the classroom, dictate notes, and then I copied faster. So I would complete my note before some of my mates. So they were borrowing my notes to complete theirs at home. Sometimes I go home without a book in my bag. So my dad made me stop that. That I had to start taking their own books home to write the notes for them. So I started collecting, after doing it for a while for free, I started monetizing it. 3 naira per page. So it started like that. From secondary school, which is high school here, I got into college, which is university. I was doing 300 level. I saved off money from all my pocket money my dad brings for us and all that. So I saved off money. I started doing bike hire purchase, motorbike hire purchase. Then it was 65,000, I guess, June 12th for Nigerians. They know what I'm talking about. So I was doing that in Port Harcourt. I was getting the hire purchase at 120,000 naira. So the very last month that I got my last money was the month that Port Harcourt put a ban on bike. So I did not lose. So from there, I started writing 10 papers. I started doing seminars, as in I would write people's work for them at school and at a price. I continued, I did projects at a price, of course. So I made money. Even in school, I was still a student, and I paid my younger sister's first school fees as a law student, but she was in pre-degree then. Nobody ever put me up to it. My parents were okay, so they did not need that. But I don't even know, I cannot remember how it all started, but the first money that I paid for her was 92,000 naira as a student. Because my goal was, I was making the money, I did not have any need for it. So I make and I spend it, you know. So I just look for where there was need and then I put it in. But I just don't know how. Don't ask me for that one. So it continued like that. My husband knew about that. So when I was writing project for people, my husband was also supportive, because he could even give me transport fare to go to University of Ibadan to get materials. So he knew about all of my business stuff. Excuse me. So I continued. I did my youth service. I was pregnant for my first child. And I had a meeting with my director one day. I came out of the meeting and I picked up my call. I was speaking in pidgin English. One of the visitors came out and said, "Here is who I'm looking for." I said, "And what's that?" He said, "I actually need somebody who can write English health disease conditions in English and translate it to pidgin for a radio presentation." I said, I can do that. So if you guys listened then, in 2009, that was 2010 now, a radio program in FM, is it 89 something? I can't remember. But the name of the program is See Your Body. I was the writer. I'll write, and then the pathologist presented. So each topic then was 4,000 naira. My baby was I was nursing my baby then. So when I go to work in the morning, I come back. When she sleeps at night, I wake up and do my write-ups and submit on Friday, get paid, and then they present on Saturday. So I could do 2 to 3 topics a week. So I could make up to 12,000 if I could. That was what I was doing as side hustle. Then after that, I started with St. Nicholas Hospital. There I learned a lot. From there I moved to CRC to help set up the dialysis unit. That was where, oh my God, opportunities opened up to me like wildfire. That was where I became millionaire for the first time in Naira though. So I made good money that I forgot about salaries. When they owed up to 6 months, I did not know. I moved from salary of about 107,000 naira to 330,000 naira. So when I got paid, it took me, in fact, I had money, I made money. So from there, the very first day that that I sensed that CRC was going to shut down, I was still at work then. I sent out emails. I just Googled dialysis hospitals or units in Lagos. I Googled, I sent out emails, I presented myself as a very resourceful person that they needed at that time. And I gave them my proposal, they agreed to them. I launched forth. I made hell of money. Mind you, then I was technically not an employee. So it was then I was making money like wildfire. I tapped into Roach. I was buying Recommon, which is erythropoietin in bulk. I was selling, delivering to other states in Nigeria. I made money. Mind you, I had people also supporting me. If you noticed from all of this, I did not say I had capital, I did this. No, it was from what my brain could tell me to do, and I put it into work, and it yielded money. When I started buying products from Roche, it was from the sales I made from one day my CNO just came and said, Franca, clear this room, clear these canisters in this room. My goodness, I opened, I saw the canisters. Many of them. I said, trash? Franca, trash. Yeah, you got to trash. So I sold the canisters. I called my husband. I said, wow, come, let's do this. I sold the canisters. I made a hell of a lot of money. That happened multiple times, and at the point it's as if my CNO got to know about it, and he said, Franca, get someone to buy the canisters. I said, okay. Hubby, come and buy the canisters. So he paid them. Of course, I paid them. That's what it means. And I bought it from them. I sold it out. So it continued. It continued. In fact, I started doing money lending. My husband was the greatest supporter. In fact, the clients he gave me, that made a whole lot of sense. Like, I was doing monthly percentage, So, but for him, because he's a businessman, the people he brought to me were businessmen. So they could say, I need to clear my goods in 8 days. Well, the 10% is for 1 month. Even if you clear it in 24 hours, that's fine. But you pay me as per 1 month. I made good money with all of this. So, where I am going to with all of these stories is the fact that my husband knew me as this kind of person I just described. Even before we got married, as we got married, and everything I have done and I'm doing, because he said that he will always support my career, always support everything I do. So far, it does not bring shame and disrespect to our family. And that is not, I don't even know what is shame, I don't even know what is disrespect. So, if this man of mine understands me and knows that this is the me in me, and he has vowed to support that, is it luck? It's not luck. It's because he has seen who I am from even before we got married. He agreed to tolerate this kind of person. It doesn't mean that sometimes his African man mentality doesn't get in him. It does. It does. But when it does, sometimes he will say, I got double for my trouble. That's his word. I got double for my trouble. But when it does, he also realizes that this person does not even do nonsense with whatever she does. It's also for the beauty of the home. When I traveled to the UK, many people were telling me, so what about the kids? So you left your family? You did it? Aren't we here today? You have to build, my dears. You have to build. If you have to go to work, don't you leave your family? Don't you leave your kids? Stop being over or unnecessarily sentimental. It's not going to put food on your table. It's not going to give your children or your family a better life. It's only going to keep you in a place, remain there. And it's just going to keep telling you, you don't need to do that. Just relax, you're a woman. Please say no to that voice. A woman is strong, resourceful, and the pride of the home. Even if sometimes when you bring up ideas, the first thing that comes out from your husband's mouth may be say, no. Like my husband will say, yeah, I think the idea is good, just that it doesn't look feminine. You are a woman. I say, yeah, I just remembered that. But I think I have a man in my life, don't I? So most times I try to show my husband or prove to him that yes, I can do it actually. And for the fact that most things I set out to do, I count my costs. I do everything. I do my homework before I ever present it to him. So once I have presented it to him, he knows that I have decided, and once I am set out to do something, I give it my best. So please, my ladies, it will do all of us a whole lot of good to rediscover ourselves, to redefine ourselves, to purge ourselves, our mentality of those negativities, to give our lives, our families, especially when you are in the position to do that, because sometimes it's the males, you know. So when God has deposited it in you to rewrite the story of your family, why don't you launch forth? If God has deposited in you, then he will give you whatever is needed for it. But when you keep sleeping on them, oh no, you're not doing your children a whole lot of good. Give them better life. God will help you achieve that. All you need to do is to rediscover yourself. See, when I was doing my master's degree, I was used to like go to work, come back, sleep for a few minutes, for a few hours, do homework, do schoolwork, do clinicals, you know. It was like a crash program. When I got done, I became bored. I had to call my baby girl. I said, hey girl, I think I need to go into another thing. Because when I'm bored, my brain is too active. I could be watching you will think I'm watching the TV. I'm only looking at what I can do from that presentation that they are showing. I'm not interested in all those pleasures, you know. So think out of the box. Sit down. Look for people that really know you, that love you, that care about you, that are sincere with you. Let them help you. If you alone cannot discover yourself, let them help you discover yourself. It's just like when I was pushing very hard on my elder sister and saying, you need to do this, you need to do this. I realized that you cannot make people be you. She has to be her, you know. So I just talked to myself and said, hey Franca, you have to stop this. So I just said, you know what, I think you just have to be you so that you be original, you know. So I think I have spoken a lot on this, you know. But what I am begging especially every woman, you know, is just to stop giving themselves excuses. Whatever your life is now, is you, is framed by you. But it's never too late until death. It's never too late. So if you are able to rediscover yourself on time, one thing I know for sure I am a very big fan to success, to excellence. And I can always hold your hands. I don't need to know you. I don't need to know your background. So far you're not a thief. You are not linked to any evil. I will definitely hold your hands and lead you through the path. And then when you get there, I will leave you there so you can hold another hand to go through that same process. That makes the chain very long, you know. So I know that this might stir up some reactions. I'm okay to get your comments. Just and again, your comment may actually help me know the next video to present to you guys. So you could comment. Please, no harsh words. Let's be very civil. You could comment below. Just don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that whenever I post, you get the notification. And like I promised, I'm gonna keep posting on all of these things, and it will also be helpful if you comment, and if you want to ask any question, if you want to make any suggestion, I could pick on any of those and develop them in my subsequent videos. Thank you, and God bless.